Alright, webheads, it's time to jump in your time machines and go back in time and relive comic books back when times were a little bit simpler. Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you a brand new series, and this one is called Throwback Thursdays. That's right, guys, go back in time, relive the glory days of the comic books, whether it's the Silver Age, the Bronze Age, the Golden Age. Guys, this series was recommended from my Facebook group page members. I wanted to take a poll on what they wanted from my channel, and they wanted to relive some of the old school comic books, get ideas of maybe old material to read, or get an understanding of what happened in the past when it comes to comic books. So that's what I'm doing. And today's first story that we're going to be talking about is, what if Wolverine had killed the Hulk? What were the ramifications of that? Now, What If Comic Books was a supreme series. I really enjoyed it back when I was younger, and it was basically, what if Spider-Man's clone had lived? What if Spider-Man married Black Cat? What if Wolverine killed the Hulk, right? And it was a phenomenal series back in the time, and now they're just bringing it back with Chip Zdarsky doing his modern take on What If Comics, but the series is spread out amongst a story arc. So I wanted to touch on this because everyone knows basically the first appearance of Wolverine, which was the Incredible Hulk, either issue 180 or 181. But, what happens here when Wolverine kills the Hulk? So let's talk about it, shall we? This book was made back in 1981. So it goes back quite a ways, guys. And our script here was done by Rich Markopoulos, and our pencils were done by Bob Budinsky. So let's check out this artwork in here. Some of the characters look kind of funny, especially in today's standards of artwork, but it's classic, it's nostalgia, it's the first appearance of Wolverine. Hulk is very simplistic, he's not immortal, he's just stupid and big and green, right? You get a Wendigo in here. You get a lot of X-Men characters in this book as well, which is pretty cool, like Magneto and Angel and Beast, all your original X-Men. A lot of fighting scenes, a lot of dialogue. That's what you can expect from these old school comics. I kid you not, it took me probably about 40 minutes to read this comic book, because this equals maybe 3 comic books in today's comic book reading. That's how detailed they would go into these comic books back in the 80s and 70s and 60s. All right, so let's talk about this story now that we talked about the art. So Wolverine makes his appearance. You get to see him battle the Hulk, and it doesn't take the entire issue to do this battle. We see the tail end of this battle, and we wind up seeing Wolverine prevail against the Hulk. He takes his adamantium claws and he figures, you know what, I'm going to stab this guy right through the freaking neck and he's going to bleed out. And sure enough, that's what he does. He stabs him in the neck. He hits the ground, the earth shatters, and that is the end of the Hulk. Pretty simple battle, right? It's like that would never happen in today's comics. It would take a lot more to kill a Hulk than just a stab through the neck. But nevertheless, that's what happens, right? It's heard around the world that Wolverine has killed the Hulk, and they can't believe that the Hulk is dead. The Avengers are lost for words. Betty Ross is crying her eyes out, and her dad consoles her. And next we wind up seeing that Magneto in the evil Brotherhood of Mutants sees what happens, and they realize that the only person that can take out the Incredible Hulk is actually a mutant. So Magneto sits there, recruits Wolverine to join the evil Brotherhood of Mutants to take out Charles Xavier. In the meantime, we wind up seeing Wolverine get in kind of a bar fight with somebody, and he kills a civilian. So he goes back to the Canadian government for help, and it's like, yeah, no, we can't help you. You got to go into court of law to solve things. So Wolverine's like, fuck you, bub, I'm out of here. So he leaves, and the next thing we wind up finding out is that Magneto's ship mysteriously picks up Wolverine, and Magneto talks to Wolverine and says, "You're a mutant, we're mutants, we want to stop, everybody, I have my mission, and join us." And he's like, "Okay, what do I have to do?" So basically, he sends Wolverine to Charles' school, right, for gifted youngsters, and he goes to the X-Men. And so what happens is, really, he joins their ranks, gains their trust, and basically has to go and destroy Cerebro, so Magneto and his evil brotherhood of mutants can invade the mansion. Something tells me, like, it doesn't have to be such a crazy plot just to go to the mansion to invade the X-Men, but that's what it is, right? In this comic book, you wind up seeing Jean Grey and Wolverine, well, more like Wolverine, develop feelings for Jean Grey, which was kind of cool. And he makes demands towards Magneto and says, "Hey, you can't destroy Jean Grey. You can't hurt her or the deal's off." And he's like, "Oh, are you kidding me?" And so it's kind of funny to see some of that old school banter. Wolverine's lying in bed drinking a beer while he's talking to Magneto, which was kind of funny. But at the end of the day, you wind up seeing a huge battle take place in this comic book, which is, takes place in a ton of panels, a lot of explaining on how they battle each other, which was really a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, we wind up seeing Magneto and Wolverine go toe-to-toe with each other after all the other Brotherhood of Evil Mutants are destroyed. And we wind up seeing that in his last breaths, Magneto uses his magnetism powers to gain control of Wolverine's adamantium claws, and he stabs himself in the neck, and then he winds up dying. And that's basically it. And then Magneto dies at the very end after that. Dude, what happened to the healing powers, right? Like, how does he die in just one shot to the neck? It was so funny. But I guess back then, I don't know, maybe he didn't have his healing powers, or we didn't know the full extent of Magneto's powers, or I'm sorry, Wolverine's powers at the particular time. But nevertheless, I thought it was kind of comical how they died. It was like a old school soap opera tale. But still, it was still a lot of fun to actually read it. And at the end, it was this message. It was like, Wolverine died as, what was it? They go, "Oh, he's gone. Wolverine came amongst us as an enemy, but he died as an X-Men." And so that's how it wound up finishing it off, and that it was the end, and Wolverine is no more. So if Wolverine never defeated the Hulk, right, he would have never joined Magneto's band and joined the X-Men the way that he did, and he would have never died. So that's basically the ramifications of what happens when Wolverine beats the Hulk in issue 181. So pretty hysterical comic book. It definitely doesn't really hold up to today's standards, but still, if you're looking for some fun reading, these What If comics are they're really good. They're a little cheesy, again, like I said, in today's way, but still a lot of fun. And I definitely say go ahead, check it out. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this first installment of Throwback Thursdays. I'll probably do some more of these What If comics. They're a lot of fun. And guys, if you want a suggestion, if you want a suggestion of me to cover a particular comic book, just go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to read that comic and go over it on one of these videos. I think that could be a lot of fun. And of course, I'll work out the tweaks here on this new series. So let me know what you guys think, if you're digging it or not. And until next time, guys, I'll leave you more content right here. And this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.